Her haemophiliac son has been ostracised. Now the time is...
9 out of 10 of Britain's 6,000 haemophiliacs have traces of the AIDS virus in their blood. Haemophiliacs need regular injections of a clotting agent to prevent them bleeding uncontrollably. But that clotting agent is extracted from donated blood, some of which in the past has been contaminated by the virus. Now haemophiliacs are finding themselves increasingly isolated and in some cases discriminated against. A report by Gavin Esler.
This is Factor 8. It's a blood extract which gives life and hope to Britain's 6,000 haemophiliacs. But Factor 8 has also exposed up to 95% of them to the AIDS virus, since unchecked blood concentrates in the past have been contaminated. Fortunately, only a few have developed the disease. 10 have died. But this widespread exposure is now placing Britain's haemophiliacs under acute strain.
Haemophiliacs say they face two problems. The first is the disease AIDS, from which very few of them actually suffer, although the majority do carry traces of the AIDS virus in their blood. The second problem is fear of AIDS, from which many of them say they're now becoming increasingly isolated, in some cases even shunned, as potential carriers of a deadly disease.
In the last 6 months, we've had a growing number of complaints, if you like, to our offices about discrimination, really, in dental practices, at schools, by employers, occasionally travel companies, largely based on fear and ignorance.
3 times a week, Ben Lewis, a severely affected haemophiliac, goes to Leicester Royal Infirmary for his Factor 8 injection. Last year, doctors told him he was positive for the AIDS virus test, picked up from contaminated Factor 8. Even though he shows no signs of developing the disease, last week his dentist refused to treat him anymore.
I think I will be eventually looked after by a dentist. It's just finding one that will accept me.
It's a new situation, and as yet I'm not sure that all dentists are perhaps quite as well informed as they should be about all the implications. So I'm not surprised that some of them are having some difficulty.
But the problems for even young haemophiliacs go much further. This 8-year-old does not have AIDS, nor is there any sign of the virus in his blood. Even so, he's been ostracised at school and his mother blames AIDS hysteria.
He gets some very horrible names which are associated with unclean things, which I can only assume have stemmed from comments that the parents have said that they don't go near the boy because he's got something wrong with him and that, you know, he might be not clean.
Haemophiliacs of this generation are particularly unlucky. They and their parents have enough problems with that disease without now having to combat ignorance about AIDS.
Although my son hasn't got the virus, I can't put a post around his neck saying he hasn't got the virus, and I can't say that he's okay. I mean, they wouldn't listen anyway.